If I may, just for a few minutes, first of all, as Charlotte said, I want to thank all the voters in the town of Cicero that supported me over the last 5 years when I was in office. As I look back on my 10.5 years of service to the town of Cicero as both an elected and appointed official, I find the list of loyal and supportive people that I must thank to be very extensive. To the department heads, Receiver of Taxes Sharon Edick and her entire staff, thank you. Assessor Brad Brennan and his entire staff, again, thank you very much. You've only been here a short time and we've seen differences already. 3, Wayne Dean and the entire codes office. Although understaffed most of the time, they always give 150%. Thank you, Wayne, and all your people. The entire staff of the Justice Department who really keep their system rolling. And although she's not here tonight, Jody Rogers and her entire Parks and Rec staff. Jody has set the bar at a level that all other towns and villages should attempt to emulate. The youth and elderly of our town are very fortunate to have her with us. Chris Wozniak and the entire highway department. Just look at the roads, folks. You know what they're capable of and what they do every day of the year. Chief Snell and the Cicero PD, the men and women of the police department. This department has grown from a small part-time agency into a totally professional police department that the entire town can be proud of. Town Clerk Tracy Cosselman and her staff, the glue that keeps our town together. During my 5 years of service on the town board, I have strived to always make the right decisions that benefit the entire town and its residents. I would have to say that during this period, my best decision was the interviewing and endorsement of our current comptroller, Gene Kalesa. In the past 2 years, I have watched Gene evolve into one of the most professional controllers this town has ever been blessed with. I'm sorry to say that the incoming regime saw fit to dismiss her, a great loss to the town and ultimately to them. I want to personally thank you, Gene, for all your hard work over the last 2 years. I'll also miss the fine work that Gary Canarelli and his entire staff from OBG has done over the time that I've been in office. During the past months, a great deal of controversy has been raised regarding our current attorneys, the Lattice Law Firm. I am sure that history will show that the town received fivefold from anything invested with this law firm. Their professional relationships with both federal and state representatives have produced so many monetary grants, all of which have gone to furthering the town's growth. So again, my sincere thanks to Mark, Heather, Jennifer, Justin, and the entire firm. Now this brings me back to our current supervisor, Chet Dzinski. I want to thank him for the confidence he had in me back in 2003 when he brought me into public service with the town. Actually, it goes back into the 90s when he was one of the board votes that installed me as the town's chief of police. I know that our fathers worked side by side for decades at Syracuse, China, and I know that Chet is one man that I will always count on as a true friend. Bonnie, I'm always going to miss you. You were the glue also that kept that office running. Whenever we had a problem or we needed something done, you were always there. Last, and by no means the least, I want to take a moment to recognize the most important person excuse me, in my political and private life, my beautiful wife, Mary. I'm man enough to admit that Mary, a medical professional in this town, undoubtedly has touched more lives in the town of Cicero than I ever will. She was always there to keep me on an even keel, even though most of you know that I seldom lose my temper. Now that I'm retired, I hope to give her back some of the serenity she has given to me over the years. And finally, if I may, Tom Beaulieu. If you're watching this, I hope we can count on you to be as vociferous in the coming months as you have been in the past. Thank you, folks.